too long ago. I almost died. I went running, and I hadn't done it in a while. You know, and it was scary. It was touch and go, as far as I could tell. It was very close to death. Like, I don't know what you do, but like, I don't exercise that much. I may look like I'm in shape, but I'm not really. I go through long periods of time where I don't exercise at all, and it takes a lot to get me to exercise. I don't know your life or what happens with you, but with me, the exercise thing is like, it's like 3 phases that have to happen before I actually exercise. Like, phase 1, usually it's just me sitting at home, alone, doing nothing, and out of nowhere, I just look down, and I go, oh, fuck me! God damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? God damn it, why can't I just exercise? It's bullshit. Like, I gotta get back in shape. I gotta get back in shape. Then some part of your brain is like, what do you mean back? Like, somewhere in my mind, I think that, like, there was a period in time where I was hitting the gym like 3-4 times a week. I was running, hitting weights, so I was a little ripped. But in reality, I don't think that time ever happened. I don't think it ever existed. I think it's a mythology I've created for myself to judge myself against when I want to, hate myself because I have a little bit of time on my hands. So that doesn't always get me out. And then there's the next phase, which is you wake up and you're like, the only way I'm going to do it is if I get some new shoes. I got to get new shoes. Those shoes don't even work anymore. I got to get new shoes. You got to get the magic shoes. There's no magic shoes. There's no shoes that wake you up because they put themselves on your feet and started the process. Hey, what's going on? Wait, pants. We need pants. So you get the shoes, you put them in the closet, and you see them when you get your other shoes. And they're sort of like, are we doing it? And you're like, shut the fuck up. We'll do it when I want to do it. That's how I talk to my sneakers. I don't know who you are, your life is. But the way it has to happen, the way it happens to exercise really is like you have to be seized by the need to do it in a moment. Like the spirit has to move you. You just sort of like, I gotta go, I gotta do it now. And you do have to do it right then because that's your portal. That's your window back into doing it. You gotta do it when that hits you. And it hit me. It was 2:30 in the afternoon and it was 102 degrees outside. Now I hadn't run in like 2 years. I didn't let that stop me. I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. I can run. So I put on my magic shoes and I grabbed my driver's license for easy tagging. I don't know about you, but I always take the driver's license. I got my iPhone. I'll get outside. If I go, oh shit, I better get the license. If I go down, because they're not going to crack an iPhone for a terrorist cell. They're not going to do it for a mid-level celebrity dead on a hill. Better take the driver's license. So I'm out there running the hills. I'm doing hills. I haven't been out there. I don't even notice how hot it is because it's so hot. Like sweat's not even building up. And I get about 10 minutes in. All of a sudden, like my hands go numb, and I'm like, "What's happening?" And then all of a sudden, I can't feel my arms, and I'm like, "This isn't good." And then my heart starts going, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" I had to take a knee. I had to take a knee outdoors and appeal to a God that I don't have. And say, this doesn't happen here. This doesn't happen outside. It's an indoor thing and it's quick. Not outside. In a bathtub, in my sleep, something like that. Not out here. And I was sitting there, I was like, how many men's last words are, I got this? You know what I mean? What was I doing out there? Dumb pride, you know? And then I got up, like I had this fear, like that I would be found just laying there outdoors, like some hipster couple with their dumb dog. Would just find me laying there and they'd be like, he did not have it today. Oh, look, it's like the first day out for those shoes, though. Look at those shoes. Come on, buddy, just stay away from them. It's not polite. Didn't happen, and I tell you what, I got up and I walked it off. That's how stubborn I am. I'm like, I got up and I still did. I didn't run, but I did the entire route, and then I called the doctor. Next day I called the doctor because I'm 53 and I should call the doctor when that happens, and they set me up with the cardiologist. So I go to the cardiologist. You know, when you go to the doctor, you kind of want something to be wrong with you. Like, not a major thing, but enough to not make you a fucking lunatic. So I go to the cardiologist. And, I don't get it, man. They can put people in space. We can take money out around the world. They make all these developments. They can clone things. But they can't get a handle on this vessel. This is a closed system, confounding for some reason. Cannot figure it out. Right? Isn't it crazy? So I go to this doctor. They do all the tests. They do a stress test, cardiogram, blood test. They do an ultrasound of my heart. And it's a girl. Sometimes you don't want to know, but I kind of knew. I think a lot of you knew. So you do all these fucking tests, and then the doctor comes out and he's like, "Yeah, you're great. You're in perfect shape. No problems. Perfectly fit. Everything. All the tests are good." And I'm like, "What? What does that mean?" It's like you're healthy. And I'm like, "Well, what happened out there on the hill?" When my hands went numb, my arm went numb, and my heart was skipping. What was that about? And a doctor, a real doctor, looked at me and said, "Who knows?" Shouldn't you know? Look, we'll see if it happens again. Let me know. No, I'm going to call you before I go running, and you can come to my house and follow me in your car. How would that be? Who knows? Some guy sent me a hat. Sent me a hat, look, I don't know how hat companies stay in business. It was a gift, I guess, look, I know, I'm a guy, I've been the guy on the street, just standing there, see a hipster guy with a hat, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta get a fucking hat." I've been that guy. But I don't know how they stay in business. Anyways, this guy sent me a hat. It was a big hat. It was a fancy hat. It was a Stetson hat. I didn't really know the guy that well, but it was a gift. It wasn't a cowboy hat. It was like an 1800s derby-looking hat. Nice hat. But I would have had to change my entire life. To accommodate that hat. I knew two things when I opened that box. I'm like, "That's a nice hat." I Googled it. It's a $100 hat. And it's never leaving the house on my head. It's never going out. Not going to happen for that hat. Because, all right, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll tell you. All right. I've been the guy in a store that sells big, stupid hats, standing in front of a mirror with a big, stupid hat on, saying, "Oh, hell yeah. This is my hat. I fucking love this hat." Now, it's good and important that you have someone you love there at that moment to helpfully say, "Yeah, don't buy a hat." It's not going to stop you, though, because you're going to be like, "Oh, no, baby, this is my hat. Come on, you crazy? Look at this fucking hat." And then she'll say, "All right, do what you want. Do what you want." And you buy that hat. You buy that hat, and the confidence that you had in front of that mirror doesn't even last 4 blocks out of the store. You walk out and you're like, "Why is everyone looking at my hat? It's too big. Am I not a big enough man to wear this hat? Did I just fuck up? Was she right? Is this a shitty hat? Am I a shitty person? Why did I buy this hat?" But now you're in. You've bought the hat and you got to go home. You're going to have to make some decisions around that hat. Usually the first one is something along the lines of like, "Hey, I think I'm just going to make this a house hat. Yeah, I'm just going to wear it around the house, maybe outside if I go outside. But, baby, it's too nice. I don't want to lose it or, scuff it up. I'm just going to wear it around the house." And she's like, "Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with the hat." And you do it. You eat breakfast in the hat. You sit on the couch, you listen to records, wearing your big dumb hat. Maybe you put it on naked to try to get her to like the hat. Like, "What about now?" And she's like, no, take it off. It's stupid. Dumb decision. Then eventually it starts working your brain, and you're like, "Yeah, why did I get this hat?" And that's the day it becomes a wall hat. You're like, "I don't want to throw it out. It's so nice. I'm going to hang it up like a picture." And you put a nail in the wall and you hang up your stupid, nice hat with the other artwork on the wall. It's a wall hat. People come over, they're like, "It's a nice hat. You wear that?" "Not anymore. It's too nice." Could you not touch it, please? Don't put it on. Please don't put it on. Just leave it by the, just put it back. Thank you. Stays up on the wall a while until one day you realize, maybe in the middle of a bowl of cereal, you're like, why is that up there? That was a mistake. That was a shitty decision. That's a little shame gallery. Why do I have to be reminded that I bought that dumb fucking hat every day when I sit at this table? Fuck that hat. And that's the day it becomes a closet hat. That's officially closet hat day. It can stay in there for a long time, years even. And then one day you're cleaning out that closet, all the hate for the hat comes back. You're like, oh, fuck this hat. God damn it. I thought I got rid of this. And that's the day it becomes a Goodwill hat. And 3 days after it becomes a Goodwill hat, a hipster guy walks into Goodwill. And he sees the hat, he's like, holy shit, that's a nice hat. That's a $100 hat. $6, hell yeah. And he puts it on his head, and it looks like they've been together for centuries. Perfect symbiosis on a soul level. Everything makes sense. Two things have been brought together to make a whole. He buys that hat, and he leaves a happy man. And at somewhere along his route, there's an old guy across the street looking at him going, I gotta get a fucking hat. And that is how the hat companies stay in business. Wow, I think I just wrote a children's book. The Hat by Marc Maron. This is my favorite book my mom got me. It's about a stupid, silly, sad man who wants a hat. He's in this store and he wants to get a hat, but she doesn't want him to. She doesn't even really like him. But he gets the hat anyways because this man is a stupid, silly, sad man. And then he leaves the store and he keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just a hat on the ground. And then he just shows up at home. I don't even know how that happened. He's so silly. And then he says, I'm just going to wear the hat in the house. Then why did you buy it, stupid? So he's just wearing it in the house now. He wears it, he's eating cereal, he wears it on the couch, he wears it outside, he wears it in a tree, and then he wears it naked. He's naked in just a hat. And she still doesn't like him. She hates him, I think. And then he decides he doesn't like the hat anymore, but he's gonna hang it on the wall? Like a picture? He's so stupid and sad and silly. He hangs it on the wall. His friends come over. He's like, don't touch my hat. Don't put it on. Take the hat off. He's getting mean, the stupid, silly, sad man. Then one day he's sitting at the table looking at the hat. And he's like, oh, I don't like that hat. And then he puts it in the closet. And that's where the magic shoes are from the other book. That's his other book. So it stays in the closet for a long time because he gets a cat. And then the cat gets old, and then the cat goes away, and then he gets another cat, and then he decides to clean the closet, and he sees the hat, and he's mad at it again. He's like, I hate this